Hey everyone, how are you doing this evening? Welcome to the Camppatton family compound. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. That's supposed to be the. Oh well, I used the wrong template. Okay, it's not Friday night on the Homestead. It's Monday Night Fireside Chat, and tonight's topic is what are your favorite games? And so it was a busy day today, and what I did is I have a template PowerPoint for every live stream. I have master. I grabbed the wrong master, and I didn't catch it when I was doing it. Oh well, all right. So let's see who all's here first. Take a little breather and go check everybody out. And Uncle Al is the first one in, and then Gear Grinding 19. And Susan Galley, and Phelan Clan Wolf's here, and he says he's looking at. Susan says I'm modding. Okay, she'll try to listen. Caitlin Strain is here. See who else is here down here. Mike Krishna's reviews is here, and Courtney White Family Farm is here. And scrolling on down. Oh, Courtney's been a member for 7 months. Woo, woo, woo. And Grammy Karen is here. All right, so I'm caught up on that. And just double checking the other screen over here. All right, so tonight's thing is, we've done, what are your favorite movies? What are your favorite books? All these have been, in these stressful times, something that help you to relax. Okay, so what are your favorite games here? Before you jump in with your favorite games, let me jump back over here. And this is just a picture I found on the internet, and I would have to say, a quarter of these games we've had, and we don't have most of these here. We've had Operation, Stratego, Life, Risk, Clue, Twister, Scrabble, Gestures. Just kind of look at some of these other ones here. Those are the ones that we've had. And we've had a lot more. I mean, a lot more. But let's go on here. So, thinking about games, there are card games. Pinochle. I'm going to go through these in a minute. But you got your board games. Then you got your activities, your activity games, hide and go seek, tag, red light, green light, stuff like that. And role-playing games is a more modern thing. And, of course, the first major role-playing game was Dungeons & Dragons. And there's a lot of other ones as well. Okay, so card games, solitary. And there's a bunch of solitary games out there. Four Winds, classical. I can't even think of them right now. I got to play a bunch of them, but they're anyways, you guys know there are a bunch of. Then there's Crazy Eights, and then there's Hearts and Pinochle, which was one of my favorites. Uno, Phase 10. Some people game. There is Rook and some other ones. Anyways, there's a bunch of card games. Bridge, poker. Cribbage, Go. Some of these are based off of other ones, and then there's some of the board games. It's Risk, Life, Chutes and Ladders, Monopoly. Oh man, we used to play Monopoly like you wouldn't believe. And then Sorry, Strategos is sort of like a chess on steroids, but. So it's just some of the ones, I got a couple of totes out there just full of games. to start playing with the grandkids. Mousetrap, when I was a little kid, Mousetrap was one of my favorite ones. All right. Battleship, Monopoly, Trivia Pursuit, and it's, Canasta. Yeah, I used to play Canasta with my grandmother a lot and my cousins when I was, junior high school. Candyland, yep. And so there are a lot of different games to relax with. And it just, you just go on and on and on. Sorry, other one. There was one that's similar, that where you move around, it has a pop-up thing, tells you how many spaces you got to move something. There was those we used to play. There were several of the assembly ones like Mousetrap. Parcheesi was one. Pictionary. Charades. Trouble, that's it. Trouble, yes, Trouble. Trouble's the one you go around do stuff with. All right, Don wants to, anyone ever play the farming board game? Never heard of it. I mean, yeah, it's just, there are a lot, and you think back, what were the games you played when you were a little kid? Shoots and Ladder jumps to a lot of people's minds. Candyland. Shoot. I got one of those 27-gallon totes, out there in there for kids games. And I got another one for teenager games. And then I got another one for miscellaneous games. And there was a lot of games that I used to play. One I played a lot with my cousin when I was in junior high. I'd go up to visit my grandmother, and my cousin who's 10 years older than me, and he'd be over there working and stuff. And he'd come over, get out of his parents' house and come over to my grandmother's Gammo. Everyone wanted to come to Gammo's, and we used to play a game called Feudal. And it was you had these little figures about this big, and you had all these different ones. They had this board that was square. You had areas that were kind of a hashtag green, then a dark green. Dark green was forest. The hashtag was meadows and rough lands, and there's some brown on there too. So certain ones could not move through certain areas. The guys on foot, the squires could move anywhere. And the mountains, the squires could go through the mountains and some others, but it was fun. Oh, Miss Dice. Okay, let me think. You just reminded me of another one there. You reminded me of another one. Yahtzee. Yahtzee was one we used to play. I'm going to try and find something here for you guys. Yeah, feudal board game. Hang on. I want to make sure I get the right thing for images. Yes. Oh, you can still find it around. There's a feudal. It came in a box about that wide and about that tall, and had all the pieces on it. And let's see if I can find images for it. Yeah, there we go. So you had castles, and you had three colors, 3 shades of brown for the one side, and 3 shades of green for the other side, and you just move around, and it was very interesting. And you start on one half, so you put up, you had a barrier put up, you set your pieces up, and then pull the barrier out, and the battle begins. And so you had your castle, where you usually had your king up in it, and it was cool. Risk, oh yeah, I love Risk. Oh yeah. Farkle, never heard of that one. Hang on, let me see if I can find that. Farkle, F-A-R, because we found some really. Okay, here we go. Yep. Rolling dice. Yep. And that reminds me of a different one here. That is just absolutely a phenomenon. Yeah, all I had to do is type in 2 letters and it pops up. It's called Munchkin. And it's a Steve Jackson game. I've been playing Steve Jackson games since before I got married. And so it says, so it's Munchkin, kill the monster, steal the treasure, stab your buddy. And what you can't see is on this chainsaw here, it says, Orc be gone. And it does a lot of tongue-in-cheek. And then there are expansion packs. The Need for Steed, not Speed, Steed. All about horse things you can add to it. Cheat with both hands. Clerical, as in a cleric, clerical errors. And so there's a bunch of different, there we go. So you got unnatural acts, not ACTS, but AXE. Clerical errors, the Need for Steed, deranged, double dungeons, cheat with both hands, half horse will travel, not half horse will travel. Time War, all these, I mean, there's just all sorts of different expansion packs for it. But yeah, that's a cool one. Oh, and in the rules, it says whoever yells the loudest wins the argument. All right, who's picking on Courtney? Yeah, we had a magnetic Scrabble, and we had a magnetic chess set that we take in the car. Chinese checkers, chess. Yep, good ones there. You know, Trivial Pursuit has gone. I mean, I think what are there, like 20 different variants of Trivial Pursuit now? Let's see what else is going on. I'm just trying to catch up and see Apples to Apples. Oh, my brother-in-law had a game called, I just lost it. It was a card game. Derogatory. Oh shoot, I can't think of it. It's a black and white box, and shoot, I can't remember the name of the game now. But it was sometimes some of the card answers were really R-rated. Acts Against Humanity. Hey, Shadow Scout, how's it going? And so yeah, they're let me see here. 60s. All right, I'm seeing what comes up here. Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. I totally forgot about, well, wrong, I'm going to make it bigger. There we go. Feely Mealy. Yes, Feely Mealy. In fact, I'm not sure. It may be in one of the boxes out there. That was absolutely hilarious. Battleship, Mousetrap. Yes, Mousetrap was one of our favorites. Half the fun is building it. Tippet. We had the three things on it, and you'd either add or take off things, and try to lean it to one side. Yeah. Oh, let's see what else there is here. Twister, yeah, back in the 60s. Operation. Life, yeah. Yeah, Chinese chair. Oh, Booby Trap. Booby Trap was my brother's. That was one we always had fun with. Any other board games? Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Monopoly was back then too. Connect 4. Bright Light. Yes, Bright Light was something we used to do all the time. Lincoln Logs. Not actually a game, but it was, kids' toys. Back in the 60s. And a lot of you going, 60s? I wasn't even around then. Hey, I was born in the 50s, so hey, I can look at the 60 games. Oh, Booby Trap. Never heard of Booby Trap? Oh, let me go back here so I can find Booby Trap again. Basically, Booby, it's a spring-loaded thing, and you pull it all the way back. You put all these different size round discs that have a little handle on, a little peg on the top. You can pull them out. And the object is to remove as many as you can without it going. Now, it may shift a little bit, but so long as it doesn't throw things out, game is still in place. As soon as it throws it out on somebody, they lose. Oh, lawn darts. We had lawn darts. But so let's change this to 70s for kids games and see what comes up in the 70s. Jacks, that was from the 60s, though. Atari, yes, Atari. Still Twister, still Battleship. Still Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Crossfire. Trouble. Yeah, there's Trouble. Yeah. Perfection was another one. Wasn't one of our big favorite ones, but wait a minute. Good humor games. But yeah, there are a lot of games that we used to play in. Oh, these things. Oh, anybody play with these things back in the day? These things were friggin' deadly. Basically, you got your two marbles on your string, you got your ring there, and you start going clack, 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 back and forth like that as you're bouncing it up and down. We've had them explode on us. We got it going so fast. Yeah, we learned to, when we're playing with those, it's safety glasses time and a jacket. Yeah, clackers, click clacks, all sorts of different names for it, but yeah. Hungry Hippos. My grandkids have it. My daughter bought it for her boys. They got Hungry Hippos over there. I told her she got it too young, and sure enough, they're always getting into it, throwing marbles all over the place. And yeah, let's see what else we have here game wise. Yeah, Click Clacks was one of the names for it, but the dress up games. Yeah, there is a bunch of games, and if you got nieces and nephews or kids of your own or grandkids, some of the old games are much more interesting I found out to especially the grandkids than the newer ones that are it's like a nice simple old game that they can all understand. Shoot some ladders, Candyland. Some of the other ones where it's really simple. Connect 4. Oh, they love it. Hey, Lewis, how's it going? It's the Marshmallow Man. Lewis, no. We're talking kids games right now, not the adult games. All right. Hang on here. So, Control C. Control. Hey, Tibor, how's it going? And I froze. And so, I did put up a Dungeon Master for Dungeons and Dragons. I have books for Dungeons and Dragons, and for many years I was the go-to Dungeon Master. Every now and then I would get someone else to do Dungeon Master so I could play. They didn't like the fact that my character, because I had it from the very beginning. I had been playing it for like 15 years. Same character. They all knew I played that character. I wouldn't overpower everybody else, but I would save people that the Dungeon Master was trying to kill. It was a steel dragon that could shapeshift into a human, and was going along as a bard, and so he knew magic, he knew all the other things. Plus, worst comes to worst, it's steel dragon, flame, ogre's gone. I'm back. Dark Tower. I think I heard of it. I never played it though, Tibor. Actually, I'm going to look that up. Dark Tower. Dark Tower. I know there was a movie, Dark Tower. Dark Tower board game. Here we go. Oh, that looks interesting. 1981 Milton Bradley Dark Tower game. Oh, that looks so interesting. Oh, used on eBay, $339.99. No, $340. I don't think so. Some on Etsy. Yeah, there's a. Oh, that tells you how big it is. So that might be interesting if I can find one that's not too expensive. Shoot. And I dropped it and it already skedaddled on by with it. There it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace pinned message. And there's the link for those that want to come up. It's CB at Hugo Homestead. I had one sister and 3 female cousins on the one side, and then about 8 female second cousins on the other side. Oh yeah, they all had mystery date game, and they would bring it over. And for a boy that's 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, yeah, but role playing games though, the big one after we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, we played another Steve Jackson one called Car Wars, which is still big, and it's just it's like Mad Max before Mad Max. you have these cars, station wagons, bugs, pickup trucks, semis, and you armor them up. Hey, Tibor, yeah, $300 on if it's in really good condition. Woo! Yeah. But yeah, all the games and stuff are really good for relaxing and stuff. After I was married, we shifted from Dungeons and Dragons to one called Mech Warrior. And there was Mech Warrior, was the overall from the BattleTech book series, and Mech Warrior was developing the characters. BattleTech was the just going out on the board game and moving the mechs around. And Mech Warrior involved moving the mechs and your characters and their skills and developing skills. and interacting outside the mix on missions, sort of like Dungeons and Dragons, where you're not in your mech and stuff like that. Japan 1895 board game. Okay, let me look at that. Japan 1895. Got that right. 1895 board game. Let's see what comes up. Rising Sun. So you got the Rising Sun. Historical board game. Cool. There are board games from other countries which I actually might want to play that if I could find it. That looks like a cool game. Yeah. Okay. So my sister's 10 years older than me. My oldest cousin is 11 years older, or 11 and a half years older, and that was Jay. And then Debbie was the same age as my sister, maybe about 3 to 6 months younger than my sister. Then there was Carrie. And, oh, yeah, the Monopoly games, we had to have extra pieces. And because we'd set it up in over at my grandmother's house, and everybody, we had a ledger, so when we ended, we count up everybody's money. So when we come back, everybody knew what exactly everything was still there. We left it set up, but it was just those games would go on for weeks on end of Monopoly. Hey, Danair, how's it going? And it got with these our games got so epic. On the back of my deluxe board, we turned it over and we went from around the outside and we detoured on the inside and we added like twice as many properties. Yeah. So we started out and we ran on up and we stuck some in between properties and we put some above boardwalk and stuff like that. Yeah. That one, the longest game we played on that one, I think that lasted about 3.5 months. Before it was a stalemate between me and my brother. Everyone else got eliminated, and we were making $1,000 bills and stuff like that. Let's see. 80s. We didn't do 80s games. Let me take a look at. Okay, so let's see what board games were popular in the 80s. Oh, Clue, Rock'em Sock'em Robot's still around, Mastermind, Sorry's still around, Trouble's still around, Parcheesi, Stay Alive, Bedbugs. We never had that one, but I've heard of it. Payday, yes, Payday's a different variant of Life. We have Payday. Chutes and Ladders is still around. Yeah, we had both the regular Clue and the Master Detective Clue. Hunger Hippos is still around. The Goonies game. No, never had it. Oh, there it is again. There's the Dark Tower. And there were some really different type games. They had a Big Trouble in Little Chinatown board game. Has everybody seen the movie, the Kurt Russell movie, Big Trouble in Little Chinatown? What's so funny is the bad evil guy there on the far right, and I'm make it big here. This guy here does the voice for Poe's adopted father, the goose, in Kung Fu Panda. That's the guy that does the voice. Let's see what else we got here. Dateline variant of that. Now, somewhere in the, I think it was back in the 60s, late 60s, from Star Trek with the three-dimensional chess. That became popular right after it. What's the game next to Connect 4? Let me go back up to Connect 4 here. Oh, the one here with the tower on it, that's the one that I showed here earlier. That's the Dark Tower, the one that Tibor mentioned. Oh, Axis and Allies. Yes, I got that too. And I got a couple of those big old board games like that. I mean, it's big old map. You play it on it and stuff. All right. So he's seen it. Yeah, I was just watching about a month ago on Prime. It was on Amazon Prime. I was watching it. Oh, the one with the green, green around the edge and the white in the middle. That would be what, this one here? That if this is one you're talking about, that's Life. Let's see what else there is here. That's the spinner from Life, but yeah, there's. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so we got Risk, Quicksand, Sorry, Survive, Clue, Dungeon Dice, Monopoly, Yahtzee, Perfection, Super Perfection, Connect 4, Fireball Island, Game of Life, Shark Attack, Candyland, Life, Battleship Stratego, another Clue, Trouble, 13 Dead End Drive. I never played it, but I heard about it. And another Stratego there. That one there of the black and red looks familiar. I can't read it. Twister. I know it's hard to see even here. I got a 32-inch monitor on the side. I'm looking at it, and it's hard to see on some of these. Oh, for those that are wondering, that's Shark Attack. So you got a little board. Oh, the shark's going around, and you got to move and get out of the way. We never had it. I remember the ads for it though. Yeah. But some of the games you can pick up at you should be able to pick up games at thrift stores and stuff. Some of the old ones. And like I say, if you got grandkids, nieces and nephews, whatever, even yourself, an adult throwback game night, can be really hilarious. The oldest game was Tell It to the Judge. And Howie's here. Just looking to see what else there is. I mean, there is just, Oh, and then besides Battleship, my brother got the 3D one. Basically, it's a big old box thing, and you have 3 levels underwater. You got submarines, and your ships are dropping depth charges. And you're trying to find, kill each other. The idea is to kill the submarines or before your submarines can get you. Hey, Jujubee, how's it going? Once again, the link is at the top of the chat if anybody wants to come up here and talk about these. Okay, interesting. All right, frustration looks a lot like trouble. I think they changed it from frustration to trouble. Or the other way around. Yeah, 80s kids. So they may have changed it from trouble to frustration. Because there's trouble and it looks exactly the same. Sorry, but they look exactly the same. They're both by Milton Bradley. I just think they renamed it. And headache looks like it's a different one, a variant on it where you take over the other person's cones by landing on them. Let me see if I can find that. P-A-T-T, battle. There we go. I only have the one picture here of it. This is Battleship. Maybe it's Battleship Sub Search. Let me see if that comes in a little bit better picture of it here. I'm just scrolling through some things. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. I can get a bring it up here for you guys. There it is. Sub Search, the Battleship Sub Search. And so you got the different levels, and you got your scoring for each side, and yeah, that was a really interesting one. A take on Battleship. Try my section. Travel has had magazine service. Checkers, chess, backgammon, folding cribbage board with cards and pegs. Cool. Yeah, then of course, you know, the computer games came out. Atari. Oh, let's see, Atari games. This is going to be interesting here. Oh, all right. I can't really click on these, but you know, like this is what ours. This kind of looked like our living room with all. You can't really see it, but these are 3 shelves of all these games for all the different ones. Different games. Of course, you know, Pac-Man. We had drag strap where you push the button, you change the gear up by pushing the red button, and you do your clutch and stuff. And we actually got those dragsters to do a wheelie all the way down. Space Invaders. Yeah, I mean just. All of these fun games, and there were just so many of them that what considered the odd games and stuff. We played the odd games more than we did, you know, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and some of the others, because the other ones were so much more fun. Pitfall, River Raid. I remember River Raid. Breakout was a good one. Street Racer is different. Centipede, yeah, okay, that Freeway, Air Sea Battle, but yeah, there was just just all these different Atari games. There we go. That looked like our house. All the different Atari games. But yeah. There is a lot of different type games out there. Oh, I had to recreate the controllers over the years. Yeah, fine. You basically got to buy an aftermarket thing that you can plug it into, and then it plugs into the back of the TV to modern TVs to convert to work on it. But yeah, there's a lot of card. There are a lot of card games to play. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. PHAFAs. Okay, so here we go. And phase 10 is, let me make that big. So you got 6 different colors. You got wild cards, you got skip cards, and the rules of it here are first phase, 2 sets of 3. So you got to have like 3 4s or 3 10s, or like that. And then 1 set of 3 and 1 run of 4. So the run would be like 3 4 5 6 or 7 8 9 10. And 1 set of 4, 1 run of 4, 1 run of 7, 1 run of 8, 1 run of 9, 2 sets of 4. All yeah. So yeah, those are the different phases. And some of these, oh, they get so friggin' hard to do. Everyone, you get stuck up either on number 7 or 9, and it's just like Yeah, Galaga was my favorite one at the arcades. Frogger, not too much on for me, but I love Galaga, and so does the guy on the Avengers up there on the helicarrier, and got dimed out there by Tony Stark. And Howie's still present. Good night. Good night, Howie. So yeah, there's there's all sorts of card games. Skip-Bo is another one. Put out by the same company does Phase 10. I don't know. I got a box of card games. I just got to, I was out there in the shop, and I can't carry all these inside. Oh, but as a kid, okay, so we moved in 60s. So in the early 60s, my favorite one was Mousetrap. I would say my favorite one was Mousetrap in the early 60s. In the latter half of the 60s, Candyland, Chutes and Ladders, and late 60s and early 70s was Monopoly, and then Feudal, and then I started getting it in as an early teenager into all those. They're box sets. They're military strategy box sets. You open it up, and there's still a huge map thing on there. You're moving armies around, stuff like that. Go Fish. I forgot to mention Go Fish. Yeah, we used to play poker a lot, and then we found out about just went out of my they had the big tournaments on TV and stuff. You have 7 cards, and some were dealt down, some were dealt face up. I can't remember what it's called. It's a poker. Let me take a look here and see what it says. is it? Showdown, 7 cards is another one. Texas Hold'em. That's it. Texas Hold'em. Yeah, World Series of Poker, Texas Hold'em doing that. Yeah. But played that a bunch. Now when I get bored and I'm playing, I want to play something on here at the same time when I'm editing on that computer and I'm waiting for it to do stuff. I bring up Microsoft, Spider Solitaire, Klondike, Free Cell, Pyramid, Tri-Peaks. Yeah. Yeah, Spider Solitaire is one of my favorites. Pyramid is my next favorite. Yeah, those are the ones I play the most. Yeah. Oh. Trying to remember what I want to get this right. Okay, so of course, then there's sports games, but that's an activity. It's a whole different thing. And I saw a meme on Facebook. They were talking about I was talking about football, and then it has all these guys dressed from Revolutionary period up through all the wars and stuff, and on the Western competitions guy, and they go, shooting has always been the American sport. Always has been, always will be. Yeah, risk is. I got risk on several. I got Castle Risk, which is an expansion of it. I got several different risk type games. Personally, all the ones they did off of it, aren't as good as the original. The original Risk is the best game. 21, or also called Blackjack. Yes. My dad's sister, Aunt Ellen, was a dealer at the Fremont in Vegas, and so just remind me now. I got to see if I can find my cousin Cat. Get hold of my cousin Kathy. See how she's doing. Actually, my sister probably has been in touch with her, so I got to touch bases with my sister on that one. But yeah, we used to go there and play. As kids, we weren't allowed to play the games, but there's the Keno and some of the other ones at the restaurants. We sit there and pretend we were playing. My brother and I got pretty daggone good. Mahjong. Oh, yes. Dang. In my living room, I have my mom's Mahjong set up on top of the china cabinet. My sister was ticked when my mom specifically gave it to me. And she had it written out on part of her will. She goes, Guilford gets the Mahjong. And my sister was ticked. But hey, I played it a lot more than she ever did. Oh, we actually used, besides, go back to this, okay, we actually used, for poker and stuff like that and other card games and stuff, we used Skittles and the red vines. Yeah, gin is another one. Let's see here. Let me look it up here. Actually, let me do it this way here. Classics. Classic card games. Okay, so classic card games came up with poker, hearts, cribbage, rummy, canasta. Not sure what that one is. 42 more. So let's go down here. Blitz. Okay, yeah. Oh hell, yes. Our family played oh hell like you would not believe. We actually played oh hell with 6 decks. We had like 4 tables stretched out down the what was called the long room at my grandmother's house, and my cousins and their friends, and we had like, basically we had 6 decks in there, and so you're holding basically almost I think you're holding like 15 cards in your hand at the time. And yeah, we used to play that. And oh hell is also known as Mormon Bridge. Pinochle is one that my parents and their cousins and aunts and uncles played a lot, and they go to different people's houses each week and play Pinochle. And so, as a necessity, my younger brother and I, learned to play it. And when someone didn't show up, hey, we got to sit in. The adults all got mad at me and my brother because we wound up sitting in, and we beat everybody that night. And we blitzed them several times and coming out and just, shooting the moon, taking all it several times. And it was just absolutely hilarious. All right, Jujubee. Actually, we're going to be wrapping it up here in about 5 minutes here. Yeah, so there's all these card games here, all the different ones. And of course, if you have Hoyle, one of the old Hoyle books, they list all rules for all sorts of stuff, all sorts of card games and stuff. Okay, let me go there and go back over here real quick. So coming up here, tomorrow night on Gray Man Prepping, the other channel, the topic tomorrow night is Food Source Recon Part 2. So about 6 months ago, I did Food Source Recon. This is Part 2. And then, so that's on Tuesday. May or may not do the Midnight Ride on Thursday. I got City Council meeting, and things are going to get rather hectic there. So I'm not sure how long that's going to go. It may go a couple hours this time. On Friday night in Homestead is how do you relax your mental health, and talked a little bit about it here, games and stuff, but it's a bunch more. Saturday Survival is we're talking about, this is Emergency Preparedness Month, and it's half over, and it's going to be what have you done to improve your situation. Let's see here, and then next week is open. It's just open chat. If someone come up with a specific topic, we can have a topic, or we can just all come up here, get 5 or 6 people up here, and just talk about whatever comes into your mind. All right. So that's what's coming up here. And yeah. And as always, if you have an idea for a topic, please email me. Camppatton Family Compound. That's CAMPPATTON Family Compound at gmail.com. And I will add stuff to the topic list. So if you have a topic, let me know for both channels. All righty, folks. Thank you all for coming in. And we're going to wrap it up here. And so remember, get your fall garden in. There's still time to plant, and we're supposed to be having a little bit warmer winter in certain areas. The only thing that's supposed to be cooler than normal is supposed to be the southeast, and they're also supposed to be a little bit wetter from several of the different channels I saw that are predicting the winter coming up here. So, but up here we're supposed to be warmer and drier. All right, folks. See you around. Hopefully, I'll see you all tomorrow night over on Gray Man Prepping. Take care.